If you're watching in the video, you notice it looks like I have a full head of hair.
Yeah, it's great.
It looks like, no, it does. It looks like you're gorgeous, is what it looks like.
And
now, wait a minute.
this is from Santino Ferrucci, who has an amazing head of hair. And he's from Texas, you can tell by his name. He'll be driving for A.J. Foyt. I bring this up because I'm considering developing a pair of headphones that have the hair built in.
Oh, very nice.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have to wear a visor or anything. Just give it some thought.
Okay.
My new idea. We're so pleased to have our distinguished guest, ladies and gentlemen. Al Unser Jr. has joined us.
Thank you. I was wondering where that echo was coming from. We're in Delara.
Yeah. Now, this is the first of a series of stupid questions, Al. As a
Here we go.
IndyCar great, when you won the race, how fast did you qualify the first time? Do you remember?
The first time in '92? No, I don't remember because I qualified 12th. So it wasn't a very good qualification.
okay.
So, I don't remember. But '94, when I sat on the pole, 228 average.
Okay, so here's my question. You're going 228 miles an hour. And for example, if I'm driving on the freeway,
And you go 228, you get arrested.
No, I get off the freeway on the surface streets, and everything. See, I'm going 50, and it seems like I'm going real slow. So when you're driving as fast as you are in an IndyCar, when you're done with the race, you've won it, and you're
Yes.
driving home.
Yes.
Is it hard to not speed?
No, it's not. To be honest, the whole environment's just so different. You know, in the IndyCar, you're out on the racetrack, you're open sky, open cockpit, all that kind of stuff. And then what I would normally do is get into my Newell motorhome and drive the motorhome away, and there you're way up in the air, and everything's just so different. So, no.
Wow. You got room for the Borg Warner in the back?
We did. Yeah.
Now, when you win the race, which you've done twice, they give you like a mini Borg Warner, right?
Baby Borg.
The baby Borg?
Baby Borg is what we call it, and yeah, they do. They used to give a plaque that had half of the Borg Warner.
Yes.
And it was a baby Borg, but it was only half of it. So my dad brought home 3 of those, but then when he won his 4th one in '87, they had the baby Borg that they were given at that time, and so he brought that one home. So
Did he ever walk by you and go, 4?
all the time. Are you kidding?
Al, my dad
All
did the
the
same thing with
time.
his Marconis. He walks around, check these out, Will.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the time. Yeah.
Who was it, Tom, yesterday that said they were talking about the faces on the Borg Warner? And they said,
yeah.
Tony Kanan's is like an extra handle.
Yeah, the Borg
Dixon,
Warner.
I think.
What do they call it? Bas relief? What's that? It's
Yes.
like a half of a
Yes.
sculpture, and it's on the trophy. It's one of the most famous trophies in the world.
Yeah.
And are the faces that you're on there twice? Do they like redo it, or is it the same one they just reclone?
No, they redid it. Yep. they
Which
did
one's the better perspective?
They look real close to the same because it was '92 and '94, so I didn't change that much
Yeah.
between those years. So they look, I had the same hairstyle and all that kind
Did
of
your dad go, wow, look at I was so old when I won the second one. Look at
Yeah,
the
well,
difference.
Dad, on the first one, he's got these big, long sideburns, and those disappeared in '87. So.
See, this is the kind of hard-hitting stuff. You're not going to get this on,
You're a
on
journalist, Tom.
NBC.
You're a journalist.
I just thought, when I saw Ari's,
Right?
it looked like a girl.
Ari Leindeck had the big hair.
Yeah, it had long hair. So, yeah.
Wow. Now, how many times did you run the Indy 500?
How many times did I run it?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, there was the 5-year span that we missed, during the split.
Yeah.
And then I missed the show in '95, and so I didn't get back until 2000. So I don't know, 20 times, something like that, low 20s.
Wait, does it when you were in your heyday, when you haven't done it for a year, you come back? Is it pretty easy? Is it like riding a bike? You get back in the car, you feel great right away.
Kinda, it's when we were running every year there, when we would come back and test in like March or April. The first time you go around the track, you realize, man, I'm really hauling ass here. I'm really going fast. And then by about the third lap, everything is back to normal again. So, but the first time you drive it up to speed and you haven't been there for several months, yeah, you're going fast. Yeah.
How are the cars different today than they were in your day? Because they're going about the same speed, a little bit?
Going about the same speed. Fundamentally, they're not. They're single-seat, open-wheel cars. They weigh 1,550 pounds, and you know, they got a lot of power to them. They go fast, okay? But the intricacies are way different. You know, I used to carry 40 gallons of fuel, where today they only carry 18. They have paddle shifts, so it's all electronic shifting in the back, where mine was manual. So yeah, there's a lot of difference. The cars are way more efficient as far as aerodynamics than our day. Firestone tire makes a great tire, way more than the technology was with Goodyear back in the day. So you know, there's differences, and then you know, just the formula of the what can I say, the strategy that during the race is totally different, but again, it's the same. You got to make 7 stops, all that kind of stuff. You got to catch the yellows right, all that kind of thing. So,
Yeah. Now, I have a quick tire story. You may not remember this. Bob and I were in a car. I forget exactly how this happened.
I thought you were going to say I went over to a place. They rotated my tires. Can you believe that?
And
It was unbelievable. Right before the race.
Done in a jiffy.
rotated.
we ran into Al Jr., and he hopped in the car, decided to drive it,
Yep.
and he pulled into the speedway. None of this was planned. And the security guy stopped him, and he said, "Oh, hey, Al, go ahead." So we get on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, on the track.
Yep.
And it was like it was some random...
Tuesday or
yeah, but it was a random car. It was not a race car.
Right.
And we're flying around the track, and Al very casually says, "This is kind of a cool car. These tires are probably going to blow in the next turn." Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Christy and I ran into Al Jr. and we're at Kansas
Kansas.
at a rest area.
Yeah, we
You
did.
were on. You were with your mobile home. You were
Yep.
talking about.
Yep.
Yep, the motorhome.
We were
Sure
driving
were.
across the
Remember that.
country during our hippie days.
Yes, and he was letting the dogs out. It was like
Yeah.
2 in the morning.
And I heard you go, "Al!" Just out of the clear blue sky.
Yeah.
There he
And I
is.
went, "Who's that?"
Yeah. There we are.
Did you ever get pulled over by the police, and they say, "Who do you think you are, Mario Andretti?" You go, "No,
I'm Al Unser.
Yeah. yeah.
Does that work?
No.
On that note, thank you very much, Al Unser Jr., ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on.